Hello, I'm TapG, and welcome to What's the Attraction, where our work is your vacation. In 2001, Warner Brothers released Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. In the US, in the UK it was still Philosopher's Stone, but I digress. It was a great hit for the studio and went on to spearhead 7 films in an extended franchise that took the world by storm. Soon, book signings and movie releases were huge events as Potter fandom caught like wildfire. In 2003, Disney tried to negotiate with J.K. Rowling about making a ride at the Disney parks dedicated to The Boy Who Lived. Because plans fell through, for one reason or another, Universal Creative jumped in and worked closely with Rowling in designing and executing The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which opened in 2010 to mind-blowing acclaim. See, critics were quick to point out that Universal had never endeavored to delve so deeply into such rich theming. So richly themed, they said, it rivaled even Disney. Not only was it as intricately designed, but it did the one thing Disney never thought they'd see, let alone from Universal: the attendance numbers and the Disney-sized profits. So Disney was understandably scared and upset. Sure, Universal was a contender in Southern California and Central Florida, and more so than places like SeaWorld, Six Flags, and Busch Gardens, but while they had good rides and numerous famous properties to exploit, they used the studio template they already had for Universal Hollywood, which allowed all these disparate themes to be adjacent to each other without being jarring. It was leagues behind what Disney had been doing since 1955. But in 1999, the opening of Universal's Islands of Adventure took a step further in the realm of immersive theming, closing the gap between them and Disney. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter closed it even further. So Disney had to come up with something, and fast. While the odds are slim to none that either park will, quote-unquote, win, Disney's one trump card, the legacy, was in jeopardy. So Disney scrounged around for a new property to rival the wow factor Harry Potter World had, the property that slipped out of their fingers and practically flipped the bird back at them. Now, no one really knows why Disney chose Avatar. The movie was produced by 20th Century Fox, making legalities a fun little adventure. But many assume since it is the highest grossing movie of all time, grossing nearly $3 billion US worldwide, Disney just grabbed it for that reason alone. Was it? Who knows? It's a bewildering decision no one could have predicted. Go back to our top 10 franchises we want to see in the parks for some ideas that, Surfer Clock and I humored. In September of 2011, Disney broke the news. Avatar was coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom. Oh, they touted the usual talking points, the storytelling, the immersive theming, the amazing plants and animals, and so on. But everyone I knew were scratching their heads in confusion. Why Avatar? Oh, sure, it was a big financial hit, but in terms of popular culture, the imprint it left, it might as well have been Meet the Deedles. What's Meet the Deedles, you ask? Exactly. Okay. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh. Oh, sure, you remember the blue alien people and the glowing plants and the preachy environmental message, Fern Gully, Dances with Wolves, Pocahontas, whatever. But most everyone I know recall little to nothing about the 2009 movie. Quiz time. Number 1. What was the name of the element the RDA is looking for on Pandora? Number 2. Name one of the alien creatures on Pandora. Number 3. What is the name of the blue alien people? And number 4, what is the name of the central character, the guy in the wheelchair? Admit it, if you hadn't followed up on the details of the new land, you probably wouldn't have been able to answer any of these. That's because as breathtakingly gorgeous Pandora was designed to be, it failed in the most critical aspect of filmmaking: strong, appealing characters. In a movie like, say, Guardians of the Galaxy, another space movie, the vibrant personalities of Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Rocket, and Groot leapt off the screen. Put them in a blank empty room and you'd still watch them because you are emotionally invested in them. In Avatar, Wheelchair Guy, Jake Sully, BT dubs, is so boringly written I didn't care what happened to him, or Neytiri, or Dr. Augustine, or Trudy, or Courage, and while it's a huge issue in a movie, it's perfect for a theme park, actually. Okay, see, in the 70s and 80s, Disney was eager to base new attractions off recent movies like 1973's Robin Hood. But as much as we love Robin and company, we forget that they inhabit a world that is essentially one big deciduous forest, and that's it. Not very exciting. Without an interesting environment, the appeal hinges on only the characters, and it wouldn't be able to stand on its own. Think about it. Even with standout characters, rides like The Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, Peter Pan's Flight, E.T. Adventure, Soarin', and yes, Wizarding World of Harry Potter work best as tours and journeys into fantastic places. We guests are just along for the ride. Now, Jake Sully's blandness wasn't an accident. He was a blank slate to allow us viewers to go on his journey and allow us to experience it vicariously. But now, he's removed from the equation. No more middleman, just a whole moon of Pandora for us to witness firsthand. This makes it perfect theme park fodder because no one is going to Animal Kingdom and asking to meet Jake. So for all our skepticism over this new land, it has that going for it. Now another thing to mention is the theming. Disney can sometimes let success go to its head and feel it can do no wrong since it's always on top. However, it's important they be held accountable for things like Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama, for example, where it's clear they felt they could throw guests anything and we'd eat it right up. Wizarding World of Harry Potter may have been made by a competitor, and just like Don Bluth and Jeffrey Katzenberg, they threw down the gauntlet and forced Disney to do better. And if not for nothing, that was a huge game changer. Even if Pandora isn't a direct retort to Universal over Harry Potter, the challenge has been issued. Disney's high standards and shiny brand name can blind us into thinking a new Coda Pain is a brand new experience like Test Track. But now that Universal has raised the stakes, they are coerced into upping their game or risk losing face. So what if Avatar was a subpar choice that no one cares about? Just throwing a tightly budgeted deadline with a character name attached it just wasn't going to cut it anymore. Not just a show or a spinner or a meet and greet, a fully developed area with cutting-edge attractions that push the envelope Disney was once known for. Will it prove successful, though? Honestly, I think it will. Oh sure, not a lot of people care too much about Avatar, but the mediocre success of 2000's Dinosaur hasn't affected the popularity of Animal Kingdom's, Dinosaur. And even though almost no one has even seen Song of the South, that hasn't stopped millions from taking the hurtling plunge down Splash Mountain. They prove that the property doesn't really matter as long as the ride is of good quality. And if what we've seen of the attractions are anything to go by, the Na'vi River Journey and Flight of the Banshee, we should be in good hands. Heck, just knowing how much time and energy they've put into the land itself speaks volumes. Sure, it might be like a style over substance kind of a deal, but it seems really, really unlikely. Seeing as the ride technology on Banshee is pretty sophisticated and unprecedented, the animatronic to be used on River Journey is leaps and bounds ahead of even the dwarf technology recently installed at the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's somewhere in the uncanny valley now, but it's pretty impressive. If pushed further in a few years' time, who knows? Personally, I'm really, really excited. This has every reason to go right. I want to hop on board and see what it's like. This isn't like New Fantasyland. This is literally a whole new world of opportunity, and I can't wait to see what's coming. This is Tap G saying, Kievame. That's see you soon in Navi. And may Ewa be with you.